Oh, I'm just like, I just, I'm an emotional person.
Hey man, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm from the UK, so I'm an outsider's point of view. Just got a general interest in like politics and the world being a shit show, basically. That it is. Like, I don't think shit could get any crazier. And then, like, this happens. And, like, I hate that I've seen that video as well. It's
Me
fucking
too.
disgusting.
Yep.
Like, I wasn't actually looking for the video. I don't think you've always got that morbid curiosity, but I happened to scroll past like a close up of it, and fuck me, that's just it's disgusting, man. Um, I don't know. I don't really know who you are. I don't know your content. I've just kind of scrolled into you. I was quite impressed actually that you were genuine. It seemed anyway in your response. And I
I
guess,
try to appear that way.
are you more liberal leaning? Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And look, I'm not really into, like, I don't know if you're an influencer or that, or whatever it is. I'm not really into that whole thing. But there's not a lot of genuineness, I don't think, online. So, like, props for that, really. I think that was the first thing I wanted to say.
Cheers.
I mean, secondly, for you, because your country is the way it is, and that's just happened, like, I don't know you or your shoes, but it kind of feels like you must be shitting yourself as well a little bit, because that could happen to you, I guess. I don't want to say that, but like,
Yeah, of course. Of course. Selfishly, there's a lot of people, in my immediate orbit that like, and not just that. I don't know how long you've been listening,
or
but
literally like 15 minutes maybe.
there's been 3 people that have come on saying you're next,
That's
gleefully salivating at the idea that maybe not me specifically, but a
or
stand-in.
somebody like you, I guess.
Yeah.
Now I mean, that's crazy. Obviously, we
Yeah.
have very different thoughts about like gun control, but that's deep in your history, and that's where it comes from. And for us, it's alien. But
Yep.
like, yeah, really scary. And this is coming from somebody who like loved America as a kid. I worked over there when I was younger, and I've traveled America, and like I genuinely like loved your country and loved being there, and along with other countries as well. But like, I just feel like we're continually shocked by all the shit that happens in the world, and then something like this happens, and it feels like a tinderbox, right? It could
It sure
explode.
it sure does feel like that. And I have news for you. We are also continually shocked by this. There's a lot of people. We are all this it continues to shock us despite it happening fucking constantly. And I don't know. I this anyone with half a fucking brain looks at this empirically as a horrific moment. And for any number, there's 20,000 different cracks in this glass, and every path is bad.
Yeah,
And with this type of thing, but this thing in specific, and yeah, I think and trying to explain that to people who are either completely unwilling or
yeah,
intellectually incapable of
yeah,
having this conversation when the stakes are this high
yeah,
is maddening. And
yeah,
so it's crazy from inside the room, as well as outside the room. I can tell you for free. Yeah.
Well, I hope some kind of good comes from it, but like I guess that's not the way a lot of people feel, you know.
No. Agreed.
I mean, at this point, I'm literally waiting for the aliens because I think that might be the only salvation that we have.
Really, you would think in every movie we can rally around fighting the aliens. So maybe that's the key. Martin, I appreciate you coming up.
All right. Good luck, my
Thanks.
man. Take it easy.
Yeah. You're being willfully ignorant. You're being willfully ignorant. All right. You tell me how that is. Here's my position. And I don't know if you know me or what I do or this has always been my position is that like the entirety of my fucking existence on the internet is reacting to hateful or ideology or incorrect information humorously with some snark. That's basically it. That if you want to boil it down to, that's basically all that it is. And so for me, for you to accuse me in specific, there's plenty of other people. The internet's a big, crazy place, but to accuse me of specific in spreading hate, you're not looking at this critically. I'm reacting to your bigotry and your short-sightedness and your whatever the fuck with the same disdain that you have for who you're talking about to you. I hate you because you hate somebody else. I don't hate you because you're like you are a protected class like you do. I don't hate you because you feel entitled to more privilege in this world than somebody else. I hate you because you hate other people. If that's the hate that I'm spreading, fucking guilty. But for you to sit here and go and throw your hands up as if you're innocent in this, your side, I should say, to be clear, is just a fucking lazy take. It's a lazy fucking take. Why do they keep fucking...
I mean, that was the thing that it was like so refreshing.
Stop saying shit that you don't know. Also, in the chat. Yeah, I don't know what good this is doing anymore. Charlie Kirk was just shot at one of his reps. I don't think. I don't know. We're not doing subs only. We're talking about real shit. That's kind of like the whole point.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I just want to say I've never done this before, and I've seen your content before, and I'm a Republican, but I disagree with you sometimes, but that does not mean I feel any way towards you. Don't dislike you, but I'm not really huge into politics, but I do have a question I keep seeing in the comments, like, we should do gun control. My question is like, drugs are also very bad and they're illegal, and people get them, bad people get them. If we do gun control, these people doing these things, I think most of us can agree they're not great people if they're going into schools and doing this. I just feel like even with gun control, I mean, they're going to be able to get said guns. I don't know if the answer is a mental health wave that should be pushed out more often, what it should be, just love pushed out. I know that's really cliche and probably stupid, but I just wanted to hear what you thought about it. I'm not here to argue either, I promise you.
I hear you. I have thoughts. And my thoughts are I agree and disagree with you. In a couple of major ways. I agree that we have a fucking undeniable mental health issue in America. And I think that we need to be addressing it in ways that we are falling short. And falling short is just about the least effective way that you can say this. We are failing in a big way to address this, right? And we can identify this. And yet, Republicans, specifically the people that you vote for, gut funding to mental health programs for veterans, for LGBTQIA, for regular people. They make it harder for people to get insured and for you to seek mental health care for insurance. It is one party that does that and then turns around and says, we have a mental health problem. It's not the guns, except those people are also all paid by the NRA to say that. That's number one. So that sucks. And we should be fighting, Republicans and Democrats, to be addressing a fucking mental health crisis. If that's it, then let's do something about it. But we're not doing anything about it. And in fact, the party that has the power is doing everything they can to accelerate and hurt that issue. That's number one. That's how I feel about that. Number two, if the answer is bad people are going to do this no matter what, so let's not try, I would suggest that we legalize every drug. I would suggest. I'm not
saying like.
I know. Just let me walk through my thing.
No, my bad.
No, you're fine. Seatbelts are fucking bullshit. My body, my choice. Let me run stop signs. I want to drive an F1 car. We have laws to mitigate harm. Nothing is 100%. We try and mitigate harm to our society by implementing safeguards and structures to do that. And we do that with drugs, and we do that with alcohol, we do that with cars, we do that with, and except for the thing that is designed specifically to kill. We don't have universal background checks. We don't have fucking registration. We don't have insurance. We require classes on gun safety. We don't require all of the things that we require simply to operate a motor vehicle in this country. We don't have a thing designed to specifically kill hundreds of people at once in war. And that seems fucking insane to me. It should seem insane to you. I own, and I think it should be much harder for people to own. And so instead of saying everyone's just gonna have access to this, I would say let's try something, because not trying anything is definitely not working. That's what I say to
I
that.
totally agree. I'm a Republican. I that is what I stand for, and I actually agree. My parents want to get guns, but we want to go through classes. We want to go through the right way. I think that should be a thing. I'm not saying I'm not saying all that like bad people would just do bad
demonization-
things, so we shouldn't have regulations.
you.
So I understand that, but I'm just saying, like, especially being in the South, I know how easy it is for me to go get a gun right now. I'm not saying I will, because I need to go through classes. I need to learn more about it myself. But I'm just saying that, I guess my point is just saying it's all gun control, I feel like is wrong. And you can disagree, that's totally fine.
That's fine, but we're not doing either. And
I totally
so,
get it. I understand. And I understood and I heard your part about Republicans not doing enough for mental health. And I agree with that. I disagree with Republicans that say that it's not a problem and it should be more accessible. So I totally agree. I didn't want to get on here and think that I'm
no,
trying to
I
argue with
appreciate you, man. I think that this is a really fucking hard thing to talk about, especially with everything that's going on. And like the cruel and disgusting irony is that like is in the middle of a conversation that Charlie Kirk was having advocated. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. For less gun control, someone tried to fucking kill him in the middle of that. And like, that's insane. It's an insane moment and so, we fail to do anything. And it results in this. And that's how I feel about that. And I don't want this for Charlie Kirk. And I don't like Charlie Kirk. I think that I've made that fucking clear. I don't like who he riles up. I don't like who he winks to. I don't like what he talks about. I don't like his principles. But I don't think that he should be fucking got for that, to be honest. And I think that like, that's how I feel about it. That's all I'm saying.
No, I totally agree. I'm not here to disagree or argue with you. And I thank you for letting me come on here. I just actually wanted to hear what you had to say about
I
it.
appreciate you. I hope you come back. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Who's suing me, Matt? Who's suing me, brother? No? You don't want to come talk? That's fine. That's fine, dude. Yeah. I'm fucking sick over this. Also, just for what it's worth, people who don't like me, who don't like us, who don't like, what I'm talking about, conservatives, MAGA conservatives, whatever the fuck, you coming in here and saying like, and attributing this to leftists or Democrats, like, I cannot describe to you how fucking short-sighted and early a victory lap like that is going to be. You have no fucking idea who did this. You have no fucking idea who did this or why. They don't have a suspect in custody. They reported that they did. They don't. So you have no fucking idea what this is. And for you to come up here and be like, this is you. Shut the fuck up. How about shut the fuck up? Here's what we can say. This was bad and wrong, and it shouldn't happen in America. That's what we can say. That's what we can fucking both of us say. Is that right? Is that fair to say? They confirmed he died.
I'm sure you heard the news by now. This is what it's come to. This is what happens when you can't go for fucking argument. You get challenged.
Hey, Scott Schultz. Scott Schultz, eat shit, you fucking weirdo. Eat shit. That's what I have to say to you and you people in here fucking doing that. Call for fucking gun reform. 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 Republicans, nobody is advocating for this. In fact, we are advocating for the fucking opposite constantly. Call for fucking gun reform. Yeah, I see. I see. I don't know. I don't have fucking words fail me right now. Sorry, I'm just sitting here in silence. I realized that I'm just reading the comments that you can't see. Yeah, I see. I see that he fucking confirmed it. I get it. Call for fucking gun control now. Apparently, this thing in fucking Evergreen in Colorado is escalating. And it's not just, it's just. I can't tell. I can't tell. In the middle of this, there's also a school shooting, for those of you fucking unaware. Concurrently in America, there is a school shooting and then also a political assassination. So, I don't. Anybody who saw that video, this is not surprising. There's no fucking. There was no other outcome. I don't know, man. No. Am I okay? No. We're not okay. I'm officially not okay. Yeah. I'm very fucking interested. I'm very fucking interested to see how people respond to this. How you can in the same breath decry political violence and then also offer thoughts and prayers and move on. I'm fucking. I'm just going to take a quick peek. I worry about our children, friends here.
Guys, this is just a bit to deal with. Now, I'm going to make this last point incredibly clear before we end. I'm going to take some time off for a little bit. And I'll have a video up.
Yeah. Not doing okay. To confirm, our children friend are not doing okay. That's for sure. Yeah, we got it. We got it. We got it. What the fuck? Sorry.
We have some breaking news from Utah that we want to get to right now. Shots fired during a speech by right-wing activist Charlie Kirk at Utah Valley University in Orem. This happened really just moments ago. Kirk was about 20 minutes into his speech. Let's bring in another eyewitness. Joining us now, reporter for the Desert News, Eva Terry. She was at the event and saw the shooting. Eva, what happened?
Hi, so we were about 3 or 4 rows back. I was there with another reporter from the Desert News on the pits, and the question had just come up about how many transgender shooters there had been, and they went back and forth. Charlie Kirk answered once. The student asking a question, he asked something else, and Charlie went to pick up the mic for the answer, and it looked like he was shot in on the left side of his neck. There was a lot of blood, and he went limp, and he started to fall backwards.
And did you see him? What happened in that immediate moment? He fell backwards. What happened then?
So, a lot of the people, because we have been there early since around 9 a.m. We're interviewing lots of people just about the atmosphere. And the audience initially thought it was firecracker. It was really light sound. And so then something was obviously wrong. Everyone dropped to the ground. And then we ran off. Cowered there for about probably 30, 40 seconds. Saw the post was, well, I don't know, definitely not think it was clear, but we ran off to get shelter in another part of the building. We had under that, just contacted our editors.
The university says somebody's in custody. Did you see that person?
So from the people we talked to earlier, we found them again afterwards, and they had gotten video of the police taking off this man who looked like he was in his probably late 60s, an older man wearing a uniform, and that's who they took into custody, but we're not sure if he was the person who was shot. I don't think that's confirmed yet.
There's a lot of police activity behind you, a lot of uniformed officers, a lot of people in a military uniform as well. What is happening there on campus right now?
I think they've evacuated all of the students. I talked to another student who was in biology class, and everyone was forced to leave, so they've taken pretty much everyone out. There's a lot. You can see all of the stuff going on behind me.
Yeah, I do see.
People I had talked to, the student.
Who is this
freshman
fucking
under-
Do you think it's going to change
Sorry.
Today's video is more broke meals. Meals to make when you're broke.
He was coming, and he knew I went there. He said, "Oh, you have to come to that. We're gonna have a great time." And so I was trying to plan a trip down to Oxford to be with him. And now this happens today, and I'm so sad to think of his wife and his children who were left behind after this tragedy. But I'm also filled with rage to think someone would do something like this simply for disagreeing with somebody politically. We don't know the motivations yet, but obviously they didn't like Charlie. But there's no place for political violence in this country. The shooter is grotesque, is vile, is a disgusting person. And you know, as Kelly said, as you said, we're going to wait and see more information as it comes out. But right now, I think a lot of people are in shock. A lot of people are angry. A lot of people are sad at what just occurred.
Hogan, you know, you can never get in the mind of somebody who would want to assassinate a political figure, a public figure, right? Likely they have some type of issues. What was it you think about Charlie that would compel someone to do this, in the sense that he, like I said to Kelly, he was not elected. He had never held political office, but he had a huge platform, millions of followers on social media. But he's not a household name. If you're not really into politics, you likely don't know who Charlie Kirk is. And maybe even if you're not into Republican politics, you've never heard of him. We know him because we work in this space. You work with him closely, as you had said. But what do you think it was about Charlie that would have prompted somebody to do something as violent?
Fucking let's speculate. Good job, CNN. We don't know. Trump says that Trump was confirming it, which is very fucking odd to me. I don't know. Yeah. I'm not. I'm not denying that other people are confirming it. I'm. I confirmed it the fucking second that I saw the video. This is not a contentious piece of reporting. I just don't know. If you haven't seen the video, don't. Don't. That's all that I can offer you. If you have not seen 90 fucking angles of this, don't do it. Yeah. No, sorry. I just realized that there's fucking 9,000 of you in here. Maybe I should just shut up and let you just stare at me being sad more often. That's the key. This is fucking insane. This is a fully fucked moment in our country, and I don't know, in a very sort of like hyper specific, selfish moment. It's a hyper specific moment for us too, people who get on the internet and give their opinions, because suddenly it's a different game. No? And I don't know what the fuck to do here. So yeah. Anyway, I don't really. Yeah. Sorry. as you can imagine, the comments are a lot, both in volume and in everything else. I cannot reiterate how fucking stupid this is. And how scary this is for everybody.
All the time. We're out interacting with voters all the time. I was just talking to someone on the floor who I had gone on this
Can you hear this?
bus tour with to Pennsylvania and Wisconsin and Ohio and Florida and in North Carolina, and we were just saying how this could now happen at any moment in time. And Kelly O'Donnell was pointing out there have been some questions, concerns with members of Congress as well. About their safety and security, and these things are being reported now, but they're also, so many are not reported, the threats that these people receive. Again, no place for it. I would argue it's disgusting. It's completely against our Judeo-Christian founding, our civil society, our very American way of life. But at the same time, it's a reality at this point, and I hate that it is. So I think people out there are going to be quite concerned and maybe even reticent to get out on the political stage when it's meant for open, honest debate and not violent. But we've seen so much of this in recent years, including today, of course, and it's just got to stop.
Yeah. So change the law. Now we push for gun control. Like we do every fucking time this happens, maybe. You know? You would think. This, I think chat is reminding you that this is happening concurrently with another school shooting in America. Down the road from me. At the same time. Exact same time this is happening. So. I don't know how true that is, whether or not they have somebody in custody or if he's on the loose still. I'm not sure. I've seen mixed reporting on both of those things, so I have no fucking idea. It is shocking that could be possible, but I have no fucking idea. They detained somebody and he was released. Yeah. I'm just listening to the news also. I can't. I'm sorry. I keep trying to read these comments and like they're going too fast. I'll just fucking reiterate for all of the knuckle draggers in here that there is not a fucking ounce in my body that is reveling in this. There is not any other emotion that I feel other than like abject horror and terror about this. There is not even a flippant dismissal of this family's tragedy, as so often is the case from these like lip service thoughts and prayers that Republican fucking lawmakers are out here doing to Charlie Kirk as we speak. I don't feel any of that. I never do when shit like this happens. And I will just reiterate for the 90th fucking time. I have complicated feelings about Charlie Kirk, and a lot of other people do. And the lens that I'm experiencing this with is a little different than everybody else's. And you are free to feel however you want and process this however you want. But the way that I am processing this is not of reverie and fucking enjoyment. This is a bad thing. This is a bad thing for 10 million different reasons. That's how I feel about that. Just so that we're clear. If you were confused, if you haven't been in here that long and are curious about my fucking position on this, not good. I fucking hesitate for this, but go nuts. Why not?
Nah, all a branch of truth, man. It ain't about politics.
Okay.
Shakes you for the same reason it shakes me what we do.
Yeah.
I get you, man. I'm not without humanity.
I mean, there are people in here salivating at the opportunity to commit or to enact revenge on me specifically today, but I'm sure everybody else too. And I think that for those reasons, like it should be clear that no one would endorse something like this. For simply for what the blowback looks like. If only for that like very sort of selfish reason, no one would fucking endorse something like this. And it's worth reiterating how fucking psychotic this is.
I know. Can we just go back to like cat videos and shitty grandma recipes on Facebook? That days of ignorance and happiness.
Yeah. Appreciate you coming up. This is it's all right. I have complicated thoughts that I don't possess the fucking temperament or vocabulary to express right now. That's what I'll say about that. Yeah. I think everything that I'm going to say is not in line with what I need to be saying right now. Maybe you should take a stand. Yeah. I think. Look, I will. I don't know what else there is to do other than echo the sentiment that I've already said. A lot of you guys have big feelings about this, and are being less measured than I am, and I don't fault you for that. And I fully understand that position. That's what I'll say about that. I also understand the other end of that spectrum too, you know? But yeah, I don't know how many other ways I can tell you that I don't condone gun violence. I don't know how many other times we have to come on here and talk about gun reform after a tragedy like this, like so many of these, like so fucking many of these every day we talk about this. So I don't know. Sorry, I'm just reading. I'm also, guess what? I'm also fucking disappointed in the limp dick, fucking impotent response from lawmakers on this already. This bullshit canned response that we see after every one of these things. And it's the same for one of their own. It's the same fucking thing for one of their own. They could not give a shit. They couldn't give a shit. Thoughts and prayers, Charlie, is everything that I'm fucking seeing. Thinking about you, Charlie. It's disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. They'll have a fucking memorial and then that's it. They'll try and spin this to some other different conversation as if it's not the one that we've been trying to fucking have this entire time. What would you have them say? Was a question I saw briefly. I don't know. Let's actually examine what we can do about common sense gun reform. Is a sentence that I would love to say. Is a sentence I'd love to see them fucking utter. Yeah, now's the time actually to try and lower the fucking temperature. Now's the time. Yeah. I was just taking a picture from a friend. I don't know. I don't know how to. I don't know how to have this conversation. Like, Jay Wren, you want to come? You want to come expand on that a little bit? Sorry, this was an accident. Sorry, Breezy.
Immediately a large loss of blood. And he's in a bowl. I mean, his tent for his speaking arrangement is in a bowl. There's grass steps. You can see the people on your shot there as it elevates up. And if the assassin is in a position on the building, even one floor above that grassy section, he has a shot right down into the bowl. And when you're on an elevated shot with a rifle and probably a scope, that's really not that difficult a shot. You don't have to be any kind of a trained sniper. And the person can get in and egress. There's no robust security here. Get into the site and maybe shoot from a window or a roof or a hidden nook and break the rifle in half, put it in a duffel bag, and escape. So what I'd be looking for here, Tom, is a rifle recovered? Because there may be no rifle recovered. Is there a cartridge recovered? There may be no cartridge recovered. If he fires from a bolt-action rifle, the cartridge is not even ejected. So once he falls the rifle down, he can escape. So the fact that they don't have someone in custody now makes me believe the sniper planned his egress. And if you think about snipers past in the history, and I've worked on a number of sniper cases, but look at Lee Harvey Oswald. He planned his escape. He got out of the building, just luckily, and because he was confronted in the building by a motor cop at gunpoint, but he got out of it, the superintendent, and he made his way to his neighborhood where he killed the Dallas policeman, J.D. Tippett. James Earl Ray fired from a bathroom of a boarding house across the street from Lorraine.
Hey, dude.
Hey.
Dude, I just don't even have fucking words. My wife goes to school there. She wasn't on campus today, but what the fuck? I want to share a story about my son's high school, dude. I live in Eagle Mountain, Utah, and Turning Point kids in this school raised a giant American flag in the lunchroom, a big flag, and it's cool. It's gaudy as hell, and they were coached by Turning Point on what verbiage to say and how to post it to make it a controversy in our city. To make it sound like there was opposition. And my son, I asked him, he's 16, just turning 16. I'm like, was it a big deal? He's like, yeah, I don't know. No one really talked about it. It wasn't a big deal. But it had all the adults fighting. Utah, in case anybody doesn't know, in the legislative session this year, banned pride flags throughout the state, at any government building. So everyone was like, yeah, the American flag, boo, pride flags. Well, our late Charlie Kirk, who is just a human being. Anyone cheering for this is just fucking awful, I think. But he went on stage and he went on his podcast and he talked about this army of patriots, these kids in Turning Point at this school that were fighting against their administration, which they weren't. The administration was in total support of it. He was encouraging to fight against it, and he put all of the administration on his watch list. And the school received death threats, man. The principal received death threats. Other kids were threatening LGBTQ kids, like threatening them and telling them that they should commit suicide because of violence that was incited by Turning Point and by Charlie for fucking political points, for rhetoric.
Yeah.
And like, dude, I don't. My brother sent me a screenshot. I just posted a video ranting about this, and I was editing it, not knowing that he had just died. And I shared a clip at the end of it of a screenshot of an article where Charlie Kirk is quoted saying, "Gun deaths are worth the cost to protect the Second Amendment." And
I that screenshot too.
Like fucking A, dude. Like I then juxtaposed that with him being shot. Like, dude, when is enough, man? Like, I think it's fucking despicable what's happening in this country. I think it's despicable that we have had a 40, 50-year culture of seeing people as numbers and not human beings, and seeing people as a way for corporations to balance their budget so CEOs can get raises, and exaggerating people into political parties of red and blue, and being so fucking powerless that I can't control my own life. But at least I'm happy that the red team's in power and won in November, or the blue team won, and that we just don't see each other as human beings, and that the only way we can resolve our differences is to kill each other instead of our words. I don't know what the fuck to do anymore, Sam. I don't know what to do anymore. I found out about this 10 minutes or so before like the whole internet blew up about this, because I have people that
Me too.
that go to school here and are in the community, and I pulled it up. The first person I saw was Dean. And Dean had just gotten off the phone with Parker. Parker was right there standing in line to debate him. And Parker came on the live like 30 minutes afterwards. He's just shaking.
Yeah.
And like, what the hell do we do, man? I'm at a loss, dude.
Okay. Not only, first of all, I share your exacerbation, and I am only surface level being able to keep it together marginally better.
Not even.
I know. But it's worse than what are we going to do? This is the fallout of this is going to be specific and worse, and it's going to be worse. And I have no fucking idea what that looks like. And I don't, in a moment where, and this is the thing I keep butting up against, is that like in a moment where someone who is advocating for freer availability of firearms, the thing that you were hitting on, that like leads to
crazy.
The sort of like Shakespearean fucking flavor to this, and to the opposition saying that we need a more precise response to gun violence in America, and to have this happen, and like, a call, yeah, I don't know. The call for this to end, the call to try and do something we failed to meet this moment for decades. For children in the school. There's a concurrent, Todd, school shooting happening right now in Evergreen.
Right now?
Like,
are you fucking kidding me?
No, it happened at the same time.
Of course.
It's happening at the same time.
I'm not.
And like, we failed, and it's the same thing. And it's the same thing we're watching for Charlie Kirk, which is very, like, there is no like joy in watching lawmakers turn to their internet and say thoughts and prayers, Charlie, and try and do the same thing that they do for children in schools now. And they're doing the same thing. And not like, it is this sort of Sisyphusian fucking slow drowning that we were all experiencing. And I don't know, I share your sentiment. What the fuck what do we do? What do we do? And I don't know.
I didn't know what to say with Minnesota. And I didn't say anything then, and because I feel like it's all been said, but we lost our morality when we let Sandy Hook go by, and when we allowed people to have big ass microphones and say it was a hoax. Like, I truly don't think the divide between us as human beings is as sharp as it is. You know, I think we all feel powerless. I think we are all angry. I think I said this in my video I posted, like, the people we decide to blame and the voices we listen to that enrage that blame, is the difference. And who we believe is lying and who we believe is telling the truth is the difference. But at the same time, like, you can't deny the immorality of what's happening right now and what's been happening over the last 8.5 months either.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's just, and I don't know if you saw this. I don't know if the only place I saw this reported was the Salt Lake Tribune. The question right before that Charlie got was on mass shootings.
It's worse than that. And like, so people, before I say this, I'm going to reiterate my position here, which is this is a horrifying moment in our history, and that like nothing sinking to this, it represents something that is a truly horrific moment. But it's worse than that, because the question was, how many trans shooters have there been? And he said, too many.
Yeah.
And it was to that moment, it is this, people are, again, I will reiterate that I feel no joy in this. There's not a single fucking moment that I felt that I felt any reverie in this at all. And you can believe me or not. And there are people in here that are. And I'm not going to sit here and fucking unpack that. But like, for people questioning why you would celebrate something so fucking horrific, the minute before he was shot, he was stoking violence against trans people. And in that same moment, saying that we need to protect the Second Amendment. And I don't, you can't discount the harm that brings to college campuses on at every fucking turn. I'm not saying that, just hear me, and you can believe me or not. I'm not saying that like justifies this horrific fucking thing that somebody just did. In no way am I justifying this. In no way am I encouraged by this. Am I in no way fucking? There is not a single moment that I feel like that. I'm not, and you can continue to believe me or not. For those of you in the chat, but
the karmic reality of the situation, the irony is not lost. Like it
and to his detriment, to his fucking detriment, to all of our detriment,
man.
I'm fucking sick about this.
He's got kids, doesn't he?
Yeah, they were there. His wife and child are there.
Dude, I mean, this doesn't need to be a damn therapy session. Maybe it is. It's all right. Group therapy.
We're not. It's just me and you. Luckily, it's just you and I.
10,000 people group therapy session. When I was in 8th grade, there was a kid at school that died from playing with guns. We got off at the same bus stop. He was visiting a friend 2 blocks away, on Friday, and went to their house, and I went to mine. I didn't know about it till Monday morning. And the 2 brothers, pulled out their dad's firearm, and he apparently was uncomfortable and left the room, and the weapon went off and went through the door and into his neck, and he died. And I had no idea about it till Monday. And if I remember correctly, that Monday was the day that the Waco, Texas, the FBI raided Waco, Texas. And I remember, there was no class that day. I remember having that live streamed on TV, and there was closer friends of the kid that died sitting next to me. That was just like, this is enough. They're watching the compound burn on TV, and was like, I've seen enough tragedy for one day, and they walked out of the classroom. This has been a part of, and this was years before. I don't remember what year that was. That was years before,
Columbine.
Yeah, but it's been part of our culture for far too damn long.
What's striking to me also, Todd, is that you and I grew up somewhere in the middle there, where we were still in school when this was happening, but not enough and there are kids since who know nothing but this. And
that's my kids, dude.
And this sort of baked in inherent trauma that causes Americans, an entire generation forward, is horrific. And words fail me to talk about that. I don't know a world like that, and so many young Americans do. A decade before us, they've known nothing but drills and shit, and and the insistence that we never change, and the insistence that we must stand true to our values as a gun nation, and that has been the most important thing, that we must never fucking question that.
It doesn't make any damn sense.
It'll never make sense, and it feels like this will never change, and if anything, I don't know. I shudder to think how they're going to look at this, and what fresh hell they're gonna fucking unleash because of this.
And this is like, you can't find a more red state than Utah, man. Like I wasn't raised Mormon. I joined the church in '99. I have left and deconstructed all that shit. I have always been kind of on the outside. I was raised a Reagan Republican, by the way. We weren't a gun championing household, but I grew up listening to Rush Limbaugh. I mean, that's how far I've come, dude. It was Michael Moore in the 2003 Academy Awards calling out Bush, saying, Mr. Bush, and calling him a fictitious president, and calling out the Iraq War for his Bowling for Columbine Oscar, that made me go, what happened? I was pretty ignorant about the whole 2000 election and everything, and it woke me up, and I became a Democrat, but I became an independent since 2014, and like being here and being on the outskirts of like the mainstream culture has been absolutely miserable. But this, man, this is Utah County. Like this is Mormon America. This is right wing. I mean, we're 90% Mormon down here, and so very Republican. But we're also mega maha crazy QAnon crazy land too.
Another wrinkle here is that the sort of the way that this current administration has made us all conspiracy theorist flat earthers, me, and so
some degree of wackos. Yeah.
When something like this happens, amongst the larger conversation that we're having right now is this lingering fear that we're never going to know what the fuck just happened, and we're never going to know the truth about anything ever again. And the idea that this, I don't even want to begin to launch into like all of that, but like the idea that the people investigating this have a political stake in the narrative.
They've got an agenda. 100%.
That didn't used to be the case.
No.
That didn't used to be the case. When the Department of Justice investigated something, they would just tell you what happened. And granted, we don't fucking know how true that is, and maybe, but they have a vested interest in saying a psychotic trans left-wing lunatic did this, and that's all we'll ever know, and that's all we have no fucking idea. And so another wrinkle to this is that like they want this to be the kindling. They've been looking for anything to
it's
fucking
roll. Talking golf incident, or of whatever comes next.
Yeah.
Do you remember, this is years ago, when TikTok's first exploding, we're all closed up in our homes in 2020 or 21. There is and this TikTok lives rent free in my freaking head, of a daughter talking to an ex-CIA guy about like stuff and asking him the question, what's going to be the downfall of America? And his response, sophistry. And I'm like, what the hell is that? Now I'm a pretty intelligent guy. I had to Google that shit. You remember that video? You remember seeing it?
Her name is Maria Comstock, and I'm a friend of hers. Yeah.
The intentional lying and manipulation of truth. And that's what we've lost more than anything.
Yeah. 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 I mean, fuck, dude. I don't know. And I feel like a crazy person thinking about this stuff. And, but we are forced to. And I don't know.
So can I, like, after all the years of following you, I don't even know how long it's been, man, and how much I've popped up in your comments or said something in your live. First time I've chatted with you, and I can tell you, you're always entertaining as hell. And I don't know how you go sane, how you keep sanity with the shit that you get and the shit that you respond to. I mean, you have to have fun with it, but um, do you ever feel like you've made a difference in everything that you've done
Yeah.
when shit like this happens?
When shit like this happens, no, you feel tiny and small, of course. But I wouldn't. The purpose of this for me has changed a couple of different times. I know that people have changed their minds in this live. I've watched it happen. I've had DMs of a sort of like aggregate viewer saying, I fucking hated you and I've changed my mind. And it's also, and that's good. And that's, that is, at some point that was the goal. And at some point, I'm not sure that that's the goal anymore. And then there's also this sort of like validation for people watching this, knowing that their rage is not alone and silent, and this sort of like companionship that like we're all in this together and feeling this sort of rage and stuff together. And I know that makes a difference. And I know that people feel that, and like there is solace that I feel there in a big way. So yeah, I do. I know that it does in a couple of different directions. I know that it does. And also I will say that like this is cathartic to me in a weird perverse way to be able to get this stuff out of my fucking bloodstream. So, and I think that there's that too. And I have gone crazy a number of times. So don't think that that I don't internalize this at every fucking moment. And I'm just growing an ulcer the size of Toronto at this point. So
You said, at one point the goal was, maybe winning the hearts and minds, and maybe that's not the goal anymore, changing people's minds. What do you feel like the goal is?
I don't know that it's not the goal, but whenever I'm asked my 5-year plan, I've never been able to answer that question. So I don't know. I don't know that I have a concerted goal other than to just continue to like, to try and correct humorously the shit that we try and talk about. And that's, if nothing else, than just to like individually, singularly respond to shit. And like this is one of those big ones that is a really big, tough conversation with a lot of different little alleys. And yeah, I don't know if I don't think that I can apply the goal here necessarily.
Did you also know, by the way, that there was a company, I don't know, I'd have to Google it, but there was a company here that had just invited Charlie Kirk to go speak at their corporate event alongside some entrepreneur or something. And like just yesterday, someone had posted something, and we were commenting on it about how this organization was like, well, it's not political to have them come. We're like, how the hell is it not political? I don't know if that was part of this tour. I know this was a tour thing, but like, I don't know, man. I don't know how to, I used to think, dude, that I'm pretty intelligent and pretty articulate. And if I could have someone just listen with an open mind, that we could reach common ground. But immediately after this, before I decided to rant on my video and post it, I saw a mutual connection who's another coach down here in Utah calling for all Republicans to unite because of how the left is continually brutally attacking them. I'm like, are you effing kidding me? We don't know anything about the shooter. You're inciting division. You're doing exactly what's caused this to begin with.
Yeah. Give us a way. Show us how. I don't know. It's not.
Someone's saying Utah voted blue in the comments. Utah voted blue. Yeah. In what alternate reality, and how can I jump to that one? I don't know, man.
I'm sorry this happened so close to you. Clearly, yeah, it's terrifying, and it's. I'm glad everybody is safe for you.
To some degree. As a point for anybody watching, maybe even for yourself, did you ever see the movie, dude? Life Through Her Eyes with Evan Rachel Wood?
No.
It's hard. But for me, I like. When we were shut in with COVID, I watched The Stand and Outbreak, and so I like topical movies. And this one's about school violence and shooting. It's a hard movie, but Life Through Her Eyes with Evan Rachel Wood. Oh my God. It'll change you, dude. It'll change you.
Noted. Todd, I appreciate you coming up, dude. Thanks.
Sam, I appreciate you, man. Keep it up. We'll see you around the universe.
Come back. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we'll do. Bye.
Oh, Eric, I'm so sorry. Eric. What? Hello? Dope. You're up with 6,600 people, man. Cool. Good try. This dude was chirping in the comments, and I don't know why he asked to come up here and then he's not paying attention, or at least. Paradito. Can hear you breathing, dude. Yeah. All right.
What's up, brother?
Hi.
I'm pretty sure your take is my take, and I'm pretty sure my take is your take. He was a hateful person who preached hate, but I refuse to condone violence.
Yep.
I can't do it. I can't condone violence. I can't let me become him, the very thing I can't stand. I hate everything Charlie Cook stood for, so why would I? People were talking about the quote that he said about how there needs to be, I don't know the direct quote, but it's something along the lines of, there needs to be at least one gun death each year so we can have the conversation of the Second Amendment, which is a gross thing to say. But he said it. So, okay, there you have it. He wrote his own hateful legacy. Let his words speak for themselves. I don't need to say it. All I'll say is I condemn violence.
Yeah, I've been a lot nicer than that, but maybe I shouldn't have been.
I'm not. I think I'm. You think I'm not being nice and saying that?
No, I think you're saying what I want to say. So yeah, I think I basically said exactly what you said.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah, I figured. Because I'm not going to... Listen, man, this violence... Okay, so I haven't posted about this yet, so I guess breaking news on your platform, but within 15 minutes of finding out that Charlie Kirk had been shot, a guy came by our veterans tent at Union Station and told us, He had his phone on record, and he said, "Congratulations, guys. You did this. You got Charlie Kirk shot. It was your rhetoric. You did it." And I had literally just posted a video condemning the violence. And I told that guy, I said, "No, I actually just posted a video condemning violence. We're a nonviolent civil disobedience. Why would we preach violence? Get out of here with that shit. You go around calling everybody Nazis." I said, "No, we only call Nazis Nazis, and that has nothing to do with this." And he said, "Well, I'll be back tonight," he says to us.
Yeah. I got You're Next. I'm so excited we can finally react to this. You're Next. I'm gonna get you. You're Next. Up here today.
Right.
In front of 10,000 people, by the way, which is just good job, dude.
Yeah,
But,
right, exactly. And like I say, I'm seeing it, just so everybody knows what you're seeing right here, we're also seeing in person. That guy was right in front of me, telling me this. "I'll be back tonight" type shit. So that's where we are. And that's why we cannot condone violence, because it only begets more violence. It only creates more tension, only creates more divisiveness. This ain't it. This is not the answer. And, if you look at Donald Trump's Temu Twitter post about it, when he announced that he died, he uses words like the legendary Charlie Kirk. Everyone loved him. He's already using language to purposely make a martyr out of this guy.
Yeah.
So this is not the answer.
Hey guys, I just came on. I haven't been watching, so I don't know what's been said or what hasn't been said. But
We don't know what she said either.
Yeah, we lost you, Olivia.
Dang. I'll just Jolly, like this feels different. I think now for me, I think people are reacting. I don't know what the fuck I'm trying to say to you, man. I think seeing that makes me scared for you, and it makes me scared for me, and it makes me scared for anybody. And I
And this is why veterans have been speaking up, brother, because you see, we've seen war, we've seen people die, the raw reality of death, the raw reality of that, what you saw, veterans have seen it. And that's why we've been saying we advocate for peace. We advocate for nonviolence. We don't want that on our soil. We don't want that in America. That's why that veterans have been speaking up against this violence, because we know what this violence looks like. We know what this violence feels like. We know what this violence creates. And those of us who were changed by that violence, we say no more of that violence. I'm a veteran for peace. I'm a veteran for non-war. And that's why when I hear people here at home talk about civil war and da-da-da-da-da, no, dude, this is what you want? This is you want this on our ground? Where no, I don't want it, and anybody who does want it, we vehemently disagree with each other. And now here we are. This is different. The political situation in this country is turned up now. So whoever did this has created now an environment where more lives are at risk, more violence is at danger of happening. We're further away from a solution. We can't advocate to end violence and end gun violence and then applaud gun violence. And plus, we can't fucking come to good civil discourse and civil disobedience and things that lead to positive political revolution by condoning violence.
And yeah, that's all. I agree.
Yeah, that's all I had to. I just wanted to drop by and fucking, you know what I mean? And plus, if you get a chance, once you're done with your live, hit Parker up, show him some love.
Yeah, definitely will do.
All right, brother.
Appreciate you, dude.
Yeah, later.
To the dude Jeff, who was just in here being like, "You're next." Follow back is crazy, Jeff. Sorry, just reading some comments. 8,000 of you. I don't get it. You were up here. Why did you leave? Come on, come talk to me. The fuck? What don't I get? We can hear you breathing.
What?
What don't I get?
You don't fucking understand, dude.
I'm asking you to explain, to elaborate. What don't I understand?
The fight.
What does that mean?
What? Oh my God, you're such an asshole, dude. Like, you're such a fucking whatever. All right.
How are you this inebriated on fucking at 4 o'clock on a Tuesday?
Dude, come on.
Just asking. Reasonable fucking question. This is the smartest take we're going to get all day. Which sucks. $61 guest requests here, friends. I don't know. I know that we all have... This is crazy. I don't know what else there is to say, to be honest. I don't know how else to say the same thing I've been saying over and over again.
Charlie Kirk just got shot, and he's dead. He was using his God-given right to freedom of speech and was murdered by a coward. I don't care. You know, I hate these fucking liberals. They are the biggest pieces of shit and terrorists.
Fucking idiot. Objectfully, like... Yeah, so this is fucked. Sorry. Sorry, just reading some comments too fast. I don't know if I have any other intelligent or nuanced insight for this. I think that.
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really been watching, so I'm sorry, like I don't know what's been said or not said, but I do just want to point out, regardless of how anyone felt about Charlie Kirk, there were thousands of college students there today, from all different political backgrounds. And now every single one of those people who was there, many of whom were around my age, who grew up doing school shooting drills, they are now also victims of gun violence because they were there and they witnessed this in person. And I think that that's a group of people who are getting lost in this conversation, which is understandable, but like these kids are gonna have to go back to classes on this campus and remember the things that they saw. And I mean, I saw the video. I know a lot of people have. And if we can't unsee a video of that, imagine those kids who were there and saw that in person. And I just kind of want people to think about that when they're deciding how they want to talk about this. But thank you for letting me get up.
Appreciate you.
Bye.
Hello.
Hi.
You invited me up.
No, you said get your priorities straight. And I was just curious.
Yes. Okay, well, this is what I wanted to say. Sorry, I'm nervous. But I feel like, and especially with this, and I was on Dean's Live too, that there's a lot of streamers upset, I guess, about this. And I feel like I haven't seen you guys this upset over other things, such as the shooting that's happening in Colorado or any other atrocity that happens. And I just feel like there's a lot of, I don't know, there's a lot of emphasis on this when there's worse things happening right now, like Colorado and all that other stuff. And we're just talking about Charlie Kirk. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. How long have you been in here?
I was in here in and out for a while.
Did you miss the couple of times that I was talking about Colorado?
I guess so, but I mean, this is just about Charlie Kirk, so that's why I'm sitting here. Like, why are we just sitting here talking about him?
This is kind of a big deal. It's fine to acknowledge that this illustrates or exemplifies a much larger fucking
Does school shootings not?
I think that's a really
Do children not?
I think it's a dumb false equivalency, honestly.
I don't think so. I haven't seen anybody that says.
What about the Sudan, Farah?
Okay, what about it? Why aren't you talking about that?
I am.
Why are we talking about Charlie Kirk? Like, okay, what about it? You tell me. You're sitting here in silence.
Do you understand? But do you understand that, like, that's effectively what you're doing?
That's my point. You're proving my point. Why don't you talk about Sudan?
I do and am.
You're not right now. You're sitting here in silence.
I'm just letting your words fucking echo. Maybe you'll hear them.
I do.
I don't think so.
Okay, well.
Riveting. Holy. I think the implication here is that, like, because I can empathize with being a target of a political attack, that I care about this more than everything else that I've fucking ever talked about, or anything else that's going on in the world right now, which is just the dumbest fucking thing I've heard maybe all day. Maybe all day. Of all the dumb shit Well, no, somebody was like, hey man, I'm going to kill you. So that's different. That was pretty dumb. Why aren't you talking about the Epstein files, Farah? I don't know. This thing kind of happened just now. It's kind of a fucking big deal. Jesus Christ. Get your priorities straight. All right. This might be the biggest audience I've hung up with on, but I think I'm going to do it. Dean hung up on 270,000 people earlier, so if he's strong, I can also be strong. This is, I don't know. Yeah. This is fucked. And I don't really have any more words to say about it. So I don't even really feel like recapping my position, to be honest. This is one of those things that's going to change the conversation, and we're going to wake up in a different world tomorrow, I think. And that is never good. So the last couple of times that's happened, this is never good. So I'll be on later, I think.
Moment, some of them poorly. And I think that's the reminder I gave the other night, right? The internet has given people the ability to throw away their pillowcases and get a profile with no profile picture.
Yeah.
So the threats that you're getting, I'm sorry, you don't deserve it. No one does. But it's a hard topic to discuss. So I'm glad that you're talking about it.
Just, I appreciate you. And there is, I'm just muting the same guy. There's a lot here to unpack. And I think that like, it's this, we were talking about very similar stuff 2 nights ago about, I can't remember who we were talking about, but like in the sense that like we strive to be better, but we fall short. Does this sound familiar? Vaguely. And in this moment, like there's been a lot of conversations I've had privately today with a lot of different people. And a thing that keeps coming up is that he wouldn't have spared a moment of reflection for you. And that's true because of the way that he lived. That is very true. There wouldn't be a second's hesitation to politicize something like this. There wouldn't be a moment where he took. If we asked if it had happened an hour later and he was asked about the school shooting that happened 2 hours from him in Evergreen, Colorado, he would have said, sometimes it's justified to protect our fucking Second Amendment. But that doesn't mean that we can't swim around in our ability to feel empathy and understand that like political violence is a scary fucking thing, justified or unjustified. And either way, it is not something to like revel in. It doesn't mean that you have to be upset, especially, and I've talked a lot about this earlier today about like me occupying the skin that I currently occupy means something different when the rhetoric isn't directly about me, when the hate and the vitriol isn't directed towards me, and I'm reacting on behalf of other people and not people who it is actively fucking harming. And so I don't begrudge people of feeling differently than I do. But to say that like this is not a complex thing, or that what we talk about, this sort of reactionary posture that we are all taking constantly as a reaction to sort of like harmful vitriolic rhetoric or actual policy that is trying to be put forth by MAGA conservatives, like to say that we are calling for violence when it is entirely in response and in a posture of protection. I don't understand how people can be saying this with a straight face and feel blameless in the fucking temperature that we've reached right now.
I think two things. So one of my favorite quotes by James Baldwin is, "You cannot make a complex thing simple, no matter how hard you try. You just it is impossible, and this is complex. And if we do the answer to it, we wouldn't be in the place that we are as a country." And so, I think sometimes we have to sit in the uncertainty of a moment, right? And it's hard. It's a hard thing to do, but I think the conversation is important. I think the thing that separates us from the thing we despise so much, though, that we have to recognize is that we take a bead, like we take a step, and say something about this feels grotesque and evil and wrong, no matter who the person is. And that's what's the difference, right? The gut feeling that something is yucky about it. And people are going to have their emotions because of the life he lived. That doesn't change because he died. His life was lived the way he lived it. I think the uncertainty we sit in this moment is the truest form of our humanity. And I'm not trying to be like some spiritual guru on here. I mean, I go toe to toe with the best of them. But I think in the moments when we feel that disgusting feeling in our stomach, we have to sit in that uncertainty and have conversations. So I'm glad you're here doing it. And I hope that and can rationalize, right? Like, that it's going to feel uncertain for a moment. It is going to feel uncertain for 4 years. I think it is a grotesque part of how we have engaged in this country. And the flames of that thing that we're feeling in this moment weren't lit by us.
Right.
They are now just people's natural response to people being uncaring about their existence, about 4-year-olds with brain cancer being deported, the laughing and joking that people did about Nancy Pelosi's husband, the laughing and joking people did about the pew-pewing at those representatives in, was it Minnesota? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. And so it isn't coming from this side. I think a very complex ball of stuff, but the biggest piece for me is I'm not going to mourn someone who could despise my existence as a Black gay man. I'm not going to mourn him. I can feel empathy for his children to have watched that and the trauma that would be inflicted upon them because they didn't ask. They didn't create the situation.
The thing I have to say would put me in a bad light, so I'm not going to. But I think that can't be. No one can say it better than that. So we'll just, yeah.
You're doing to take care of yourself, dude.
Me?
Yeah, you.
I just stared at this fucking screen for 13 hours today. Is that not good?
No, you gotta take care of yourself, dude. And I know it's hard. It's a tough place to exist. That this weird spot where people listen to you, and you have it a lot bigger than I do, right? Where people come to you and expect some sage advice in moments where there's no sage advice to give. There's no right answer to this complication. So, I mean, If you need to drop me, I'm happy to drop. I'm happy to kick in for a second if you want to.
Stay, please. Grayson, you were saying?
I think you have something. You have a part. You play a part in this, man.
How do you figure? How do you figure?
I think that the message you spread, although you yourself don't believe this should have happened, the people that follow you do firmly believe you deserved it, and it kind of goes as it's like a testament to the type of people you attract, man. And I think that's not good.
He said that the people in Gaza brought this on themselves. You don't think that this has anything to do with the stuff that he said? The rhetoric that he's spreading?
So, Charlie Kirk can definitely have said some things that are controversial.
Yeah.
But the problem is that, again, you're kind of dodging what I'm saying here, is that...
I'm not. I'm saying that when he says something racist or homophobic or controversial in your opinion, and I respond to it and say, hey man, that's racist, and you say I'm partly responsible for the vitriol, I think that you are misassigning the blame in that equation entirely.
Did Charlie Kirk ever come out and say that he thinks the children deserve to die?
In Gaza?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
probably.
No, he hasn't said this. What I'm saying to you is that the comments that are being...
Should we pull up the tweets? Should we pull up the tweets?
I understand the things he said are...
so if I show you something where he said something like completely denounceable, would you denounce it, or are you just going to say, well,
of course I would denounce
he has
said, but
he has. Would you?
I would denounce that. What I'm saying is you're kind of missing the point. I'm just asking you a question. Do you openly denounce what happened today?
I did.
Okay. What do you say to your followers that are saying, because this is a huge problem that's happening, where they're all saying things such as like the child is better off without him, things like that. And this isn't like a one-off thing. This is, I would say 80% of people on that are left-leaning are holding to this, that they believe that like
it's a great made-up number you made. Grayson, the kid that you are invoking, his child, is the one that he said would be fine and would force his their assaultist baby to come to term. So if you're going to invoke the empathy you want me to have for his kid when he would not have the same empathy for his own child, I say get fucked. That's what I say to that.
Wait, I'm sorry. He said that about his own child that what did you say?
He said, when asked famously during Jubilee, he said, would you force, a woman asked him, would you force your daughter, were she assaulted, to give birth to her assaultist's baby? He said, yes, the baby would be born.
Oh, in regards to abortion.
Yeah.
Yeah, how does that... Oh, wait, how does him saying that, okay, which is a hard take, it just... Wait, you don't understand. Trouble. What I'm saying to you is... Well, what I'm saying
You're saying, think about his daughter, and I'm saying he doesn't think about his daughter the way that like human beings think about their children.
This seems to be a very how do you say this? It seems to be a very large shift from your position as of earlier.
No.
Where earlier you seemed to be upset and denounce the behavior, however now you're looking for reasons to justify it.
How does that have anything to do with the political violence in America?
Well, no, I'm just saying now it seems as if you're looking for justification for what people are saying.
There's no justification. You're saying people are celebrating. First of all, I am not these people, right? There are people that follow me. There are people that follow me and 6,000 other people, right? So it's like to say that we are some fucking hive mind is insane. Second of all, you're saying that we are 80% of people are reveling in this is bullshit. Me saying that and acting, you saying me,
it's factual.
It's not. You're just making a number up. That's how the difference between factual and what you're saying is that you have no evidence of what you're saying. That's the difference between fact. No, it's the difference between fact and your opinion. Your opinion is 80%. Fact is fucking, you've done no empirical evidence. So you can't come up here and say it's a fact. Second of all, if you'd allow me to finish, to sit here and say that me declaring or saying that political violence is bad, right? And saying that everybody else is celebrating that is wrong. In addition to that,
you just want to yap. Okay.
This guy also celebrated political violence. Are you aware of that?
Here comes more. He did this, so therefore it's justified.
It's not justified. I'm just curious as to where you draw the line of placing blame on the recipient of political violence.
Yeah, sure. Answer this quite easily. To address your first thing you were saying in regards to my arbitrary number I'm throwing around in regards to 80%, yeah, sure, it's somewhat arbitrary, but this is what I will say.
Not somewhat arbitrary. It's entirely arbitrary. You're making it up.
This is what I will say, though. The number I'm throwing out there is because Dean Withers, who had 230,000 people in his live, the most commented comment was things in regards to like basically saying Charlie Kirk should have died. He had to turn it to subscriber only.
That's not evidence.
Off. Wait.
That's not evidence, brother.
He took a poll in his Discord asking in the Discord, should Charlie Kirk have died or should he not have died? Did he deserve it? And
Talk
everyone
about
was saying,
the other thing that I said.
Wait, let me finish, buddy. Let me finish, dude. And in his Discord, everyone was voting.
Anything. This is not evidence. You saying that this shit. You saying that all the left are celebrating this because you saw a fucking poll in a creator's Discord is psychotic. First of all, okay, you can't just say that everybody is on board with this.
You asked for data.
This is not evidence. This is again you giving us anecdotal fucking evidence that none of us have seen. So again, this is not a real thing. What you're saying. So what I'm saying is. The thing that you're trying to put on me is something somehow that I am celebrating political violence, right? Which is fucking psychotic, is a thing that you would not hold Charlie Kirk to the same standard because he's done this several different times, right?
You're gonna have to prove. Listen, dude. Obviously, we're not gonna get really anywhere because you're just yapping a lot.
Yeah, so just because he died does not no, oh sorry, you need to say something?
No, please.
Just because he died and people are responding the way that they want to doesn't mean you can lay it at the doorstep of somebody else. The fact of the matter is the response to him dying is the way he lived his life. That's not a justification. That is what people.
Yeah, but James,
let me finish. Your words don't need to touch mine to make a point.
And why is he still in jail? Why has he not been bailed out? By the way, if some amazing patriot out there in San Francisco or the Bay Area wants to really be a midterm hero, someone should go and bail this guy out. I bet his bail's like $30,000 or $40,000. Bail him out.
That's Charlie Kirk. That's Charlie Kirk salivating about bailing out the guy.
In jail. Why has he not been bailed out?
Sorry.
By the way, if some amazing.
That's Charlie Kirk salivating about bailing out the guy who attacked Nancy Pelosi's husband with the hammer.
Can you play the rest of the video?
That's the whole clip.
There's more to it after the okay.
Okay. What does he say? What else? So I'm just curious.
He's mocking people for saying that because they want to bail him out.
He was mocking people.
There's more to that video, but I mean, like, you know what? Whatever, man. All I'm saying is that these people.
In San Francisco or the Bay Area wants to.
There's more to the clip. Yeah.
What does he say?
No, I'm saying in the regards to that video, I think I've seen that video before, but there's more to that. I want to hear the full thing. I believe that was where people were saying they wanted to bail him out, and I believe I don't play the video. I want to hear it.
And he said,
"What does that do? What does that do for this? Well, with the conversation, dude? Like, I just don't get it."
I'm saying, the minute that you open your mouth and say liberals are celebrating political violence, right, and disconnect your brain from the fact that conservatives not only celebrate political violence, but do this sort of temperature raising constantly, you are not engaging in this fucking conversation meaningfully. That's what I'm saying.
I can I can disagree with a lot of the things Charlie Kirk has done, while also hold to it that I think that the way you guys are handling this is disgusting. These things are mutually exclusive.
Also, colonizing victimhood on behalf of a person that perpetuated political violence against people, and continuing to engage in intellectual gymnastics to try to justify laying at the doorstep of someone who has said celebration of this incident is not appropriate. Something that something that people on an app that folks can follow without approval. I don't get the connection, the juxtaposition you're trying to make. Here's the facts. GT said what he said. Several of us have said things about what happened. The fact of the matter is, you can't lay at the doorstep of people that have not said those things, the stuff that people on the internet said. Once again, their criticism of the way he lived his life is theirs to hold.
Yeah. I'll respond. I want to respond to that, and I'm just
right after I respond. I don't. Well, the thing that is bugging me right now is this selective outrage and this sort of like revisionist history about the message that this guy sends. And again, this is not in any way a justification of fucking violence. It is not in any way a sort of tacit like nothing.
It seems to be. It seems to be.
I'm telling you that it's not.
Okay, well, my point I'm just trying to land here, that I guess, is that these people, especially on TikTok, they look to influencers as the arbiter of what is the position to be held. And this is just a fact, whether it's Republican or leftist, okay? And I believe that these people, these fans, if you want to call them that, they look to you, Parker, Dean, whoever it may be, to be the arbiter of what is good and what is right, what position should be held. And I think that their positions they're holding is a direct reflection of what they believe you and others would hold to, which is that this person should be gone. And they say this in your own comments.
Are you a fucking idiot? Honestly.
No.
Honestly, how many times would you like me to say the opposite thing of what you're alleging, first of all? Second of all, if that's true, if that is a belief that you hold, then look at conservative creators and lay this at their feet as well. Conservative creators who are coming up here and saying trans people are dangerous and they shouldn't have guns and George Floyd deserved it and all this shit, right? Sitting up here and saying that I am responsible for this. You are not. This is the selective outrage that I'm talking about. This is that you don't apply to your own fucking group. You look and see, and incorrectly, I might add, paint my position as something that I don't hold, which is fucking insane.
No, I'm not saying that you do hold the position. I'm saying
just
that
did several times, which is why I muted you and asked you if you were a fucking idiot.
Wait, okay,
you said you're responsible for this. You are holding this position. You said that.
Let me be clear. I mean, maybe I wasn't clear. That's my fault. I said that these people look to you as the arbiter of what they think the position you would hold would be. Now, not for you necessarily. I can't say you. But there's people like Tashika or other people. I don't know if you've seen the way they speak today, who are saying horrific things. And I mean, I'm sure you've seen Tashika. She's openly saying that this is the best result for Charlie Kirk.
Do you think we're in a fucking group chat?
I mean, I would assume, yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Don't you have like a group chat you guys share of some sort? I mean, I would assume you large creators have a chat you share for information. There has to be a Discord. There most definitely.
Are you fucking for real, dude?
Come on, dude. There has to be some way that you guys at least communicate.
Are you fucking for real? You think that like we go on our Discord and share messaging emails and then make content?
No. You're painting it weirdly. I'm saying there could be some.
That's what you're saying. I'm not painting it weirdly. That's what you're alleging just now.
I'm saying there's definitely some form of communication, at least between some of you guys. Whether it doesn't have to be Tashika, but.
Yeah, what you shouldn't be up here doing is trying to weaponize a black woman that isn't.
That's not what I'm doing.
Let me finish.
Tashika hold a very.
Let me finish. That is not here to try to weaponize her against a different creator in a space that she is not in. I think what I find intellectually lazy is the fact that you would try to suggest that the people here in this room can't come up to their own independent decision, that they're somehow too dumb to come to their own conclusion when they see the record of Charlie Kirk's life. That's what's intellectually lazy here. But to invoke somebody that isn't here, to grasp at the straws that you're grasping at, and to then try to make facts not in evidence is one of the most violently stupid things I've seen on this app thus far.
Violently stupid. Okay, yeah, for you to say that, to bring race into this is insane. I don't know why you're mentioning someone's race in regards to what I just mentioned. It plays no part in the conversation.
Black women that are not in the room.
No, you're not going to say
tough titty.
No, you're not going to say I'm weaponizing a black person because they had a bad opinion.
We did, this is like the third time that you said something like that. You're insisting that we are a part of all of the shit that you see all day.
Well, James just said I'm weaponizing a black woman because she helped.
No, you just said she has a bad opinion. According to you, I haven't heard what Tashika said. I haven't fucking. I don't.
She's trending on TikTok videos, man. She's
cool, man.
Literally, yeah.
What the fuck? You think that we all have the same For You page?
I mean, she always has hot takes. She also said Dean should be unalive and shot. She has hot takes all the time, dude.
Then why are you referencing this person who has takes that don't align with the fucking majority of people here? Then why are you looking to use her as an outlier to paint the fucking entire response from the left? Then why are you being disingenuous with this fucking line of comparison?
I'm not being disingenuous.
Yes, you are.
I used her as an example when I said people look at these people.
You're weird. This sucks.
That's fine, man. You can kick me out. That's fine.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Yeah. It's partly your fault, actually, Grayson.
I thought you were going to say it was my fault. I was like, yes, finally I'm getting blamed for something.
It's also James's fault.
Yes. Yes. This is who they are. They create a story in their head and make people characters in the delusional story they create. And to clarify, I'm gonna say this. I have not seen what Tashika created. What I suggested is you don't talk about somebody that isn't in the room and say it's a fact as if we've seen it. That's the issue.
Agree. But also, to say that this is the overwhelming opinion of everyone that you're seeing is nuts. And to say, first of all, he said, this is my opinion, which I've made 3 videos today saying that that's not my fucking opinion, amongst other things that I've said. But I've made it very clear, even in this live talking to him, that's what I said. And so to then turn around and say that this is how I feel and it's actually everybody else's fault is fucking it's dumb as shit. So I don't know. You're gonna believe whatever you want to believe, but that's not how I feel. I don't know if that helps. I'm just looking for. There are 52 requests. Adam, I don't want to waste your time here, bud, but you're not coming up. I'm not serving another fucking ban for you. Sorry. I'm just salty from the other day. Wow. Thanks, Mike.
Hello.
Hi, Anthony.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Great.
Obviously, I caught the news like everybody else did. All I see is these conservatives and Republicans just talking nonstop about they don't even know who the shooter is yet, right? That news hasn't come out, or did I miss something?
No, that's actually what I started from the jump talking about, which is the confidence with which people are talking about this sort of like escalation of violence from the left, and we have no fucking idea who did this or why. And it's I don't know why we're all kind of collectively okay with that.
Yeah. And then I keep hearing like a bunch of them saying, and it's obviously this is not even my FYP stuff. Like I'm a wedding photographer, so all I see is like wedding content. But obviously, with the scale of this is all I've been seeing, so I'm following it. But they're all just saying Democrats wanted this. This is their fault. They killed Charlie, and I mean, a lot of them were on that political field. I'm not sure if they're in politics. I would say kind of like you a little bit. They talk a lot of politics, but they're not politicians. So I just don't know why they're just getting away with this kind of stuff, saying it and without the evidence, and people are just listening.
We're in a post-truth moment, Anthony, and unfortunately, that's what we're gonna have to deal with for a couple of days. Listen, I appreciate you. I'm gonna try and get some other. Appreciate you.
I could just say, not everyone that dies deserves my mourning, right? Like like they don't. And hate does not deserve a eulogy. Like hate does not earn one a eulogy. Like, and I think that's the thing that people are grappling with in this moment. If you're hateful, I don't owe you a eulogy. I don't owe to celebrate your death, but I also don't owe you a eulogy. I don't need to eulogize you because something bad happened to you when you perpetuated bad against others.
I agree.
Yeah, like I seriously hope nothing like this ever happens to you, GT. Or I hope no one goes into DC at the station where Bucktooth is and something like that happens to him. I really hope that doesn't happen.
Jeff, you having a tough day?
I really hope that doesn't happen.
Got to blow your nose before you come talk to me next time.
I'm just saying, I really hope that doesn't happen.
You kind of feel a little sick.
I really hope no one comes
you coming down with something.
Your house.
I can just hear you breathing.
Right? I hope they don't come into your neighborhood.
This with the confidence of hiding behind a fucking sheet.
I'll really be praying for you, okay?
Yeah. I'm praying for you too.
I'm going to be praying that this doesn't happen to you or Jolly or all of his friends in DC at the fucking station right now.
You guys are so peaceful.
I'm praying that this does not happen to you. I don't want you to have to deal with this.
Jeff, you understand that like you think that you're anonymous.
I don't
stuff like
want
this?
you to deal with this.
You understand that?
Please.
Is that your fucking mother telling you to stop threatening random people on the internet?
I'm not threatening anyone. What are you talking about?
Is that true? Is that your mom sitting next to you?
This does not happen to you.
Is that your mother sitting next to you?
I'm praying.
Tell me that that's your mom.
I'm praying that this doesn't happen to you, buddy.
I know that your brain is fucking short circuiting and you can't figure out a witty retort to this.
I'm praying that this never happens.
You're just gonna repeat this fucking shit.
I'm praying for you, GT.
Yeah.
Been using the word pray over and over again. Fresh water.
Don't worry, I'm praying for you too, James.
Salt water and fresh water.
I'm praying this never happens to you,
from the
James.
same stream.
I would never want to see this horrible thing ever happen to
from
anyone.
the same mouth, you wicked worker of iniquity.
Yeah.
Get
I don't want
behind
to see
me.
any horrible things happen to you, James.
Listen.
Yeah.
You're
It's
not
good
going
though. It's good though. This is, they didn't take their fucking hood off here, James, right? But it is good. Hi, baby. It is good that people
Send the money
see
out.
this. Maybe fucking Grayson is sitting here finishing his little fucking hot dog, listening to Jeff actually call for violence against other people just for speaking their opinion, for doing the simple activity of exercising my First Amendment right. And here's Jeff and his shriveled up little donger can't get a fucking word out edgewise, wishing for my fucking demise. Isn't that fucking interesting? These nice, kind, good Christian loving people, right? Jeff, you fucking bigot. Bye, Jeff. See you, Jeff.
It is.
We'll be praying for you.
The weaponization of religion. That is the thing that sickens me the most. And I'm going to say this. I respect anybody's religious choices. So if you're of a different religion, I hear you. I respect you 100%. But this is for people that claim to be Christian. You don't get to weaponize scriptural teachings against people. How do you have something saying pray for someone while wishing evil upon someone else? That's the thing that is wrong with Christianity. There is no hate like Christian love. People that will weaponize and thump a Bible at folks and miss all of the writing in red where Jesus teaches. That's the thing that disgusts me.
That man's profile picture was a really good example of someone who would do that every day. He would. Almost hooked my cat off this thing. Would wake up, read the Bible, and then go preach hate at a fucking college university. Every day he chose to do that. And that's it's a fucking insane thing to do. So sorry, I got distracted. My cat was about to knock a glass off the fucking thing.
It's hate. It's horrible.
Hey man, how you doing?
Nice. How are you?
Well, I'm all right. I just wanted to ask about the AI video that Trump uploaded today in the response to this, and I thought it was a small, interesting little tidbit here. If anyone looked at that video, that there was clear AI use by the president for the first time in response to this, that it seemed like it was a body double and then overlaid with Trump's face and mannerisms, if anyone saw that. And it's a small thing here, but I thought it was insanely...
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Where did he put it?
Just all over social media, all over his medias, that like if you actually, like at 18 seconds, if you slow the video down, it's very clear that something was very off here and worth a look. It felt like the first true instance where AI was used in this capacity, on top of this just being the craziest thing where this was clearly a professional sniper. And, you know, the conspiracy theories are going to run wild over the next few weeks. Yeah. But it's hard to feel like this wasn't used in a way that this was just intended to stoke the flames in the worst way possible.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
And it was Trump who put it out? Where?
Yeah, it's just on Twitter, on his pages, where after this live, you just go ahead, if anyone wants to look, like, if you have that keen, close eye, this seemed undeniably like a use of AI, where it might just be nothing, and they're just kind of using his face to overlay, still having him speak, but it seemed like both audio and visual, they used it in an AI capacity, which was pretty wild. Just a small thing here, just to give you a breather, but pretty interesting.
You're saying the video that we all watched and we're all horrified to see is not real?
No. Sorry. To clarify, this is Trump putting out his 4-minute speech blaming the left as to what just went down today. And it was, sorry to confuse you.
And it was AI?
It was an AI overlay. It's not confirmed. This is just my take. If you go and look at this, everything
got it.
about this video. And I thought it was...
I'll take a look at it.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. All right. Yeah. I appreciate you. Thank you.
All right. Much love, brother.
Thanks. That's... Of all of the days, Yeah.
My natural inclination has been to think like, what would Joe Biden or Barack Obama or George Bush have said in this moment? And I think that is the thing that is troubling me the most, that Trump's response has not been one of unity, of togetherness, of, and not shocked me. That's the wrong word. It disgusts me
Yeah.
that in this moment there has not been a clarion call from both sides of the aisle. I saw it from the left. I did not see it from the right in the way it is a drumming up of hatred. And then you have people with Bible quotes in their bio and a profile picture of Jesus saying, I hope this doesn't happen to you as a veiled threat to people. Like, wild.
It is, again, it's also, none of this makes sense. In the same breath of them screaming about the left's, the violent rhetoric on the left, not one of them calls for unity here. And I understand, like, they were attacked here, right? But no one is. We don't have to go back 2 months to find lawmakers assassinated in Minnesota and not have a word mentioned by the president. Not have a call for a decrying the violence. Not have an overwhelming outpouring. In fact, we have someone who will remain nameless immediately spreading conspiracy theories about how it's a radical leftist doing this violence, lest we forget. And it's hard to look at this juxtaposition, our perceived anyway juxtaposition in the dealing with this sort of temperature, and have this accusation be a confession so clearly to us, and it not matter. That it's maddening.
But also making comments from the Oval Office about him and not the school pew-pewing in Colorado is also wild work.
For real.
Consume the time on your panel, dude. I appreciate
you. Thanks.
Take care of yourself. I'll be checking on you.
Okay, please do. Appreciate you. Thanks.
All right, bye.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth fucking doing this. Can you show the video? It's in Discord. No, I can't, because usually when I show any other movie, I get banned. What are you doing? Cat's having a moment. Yeah, I don't know. I think that there's been a lot of I've thought about this fucking nonstop for the last 12 hours or however long. I've thought about this from every fucking angle. I've thought about this, as I'm sure many of you have, but like, the arguments surround like our side, there's lots of, how am I trying to phrase this? I understand the fucking anger that this has elicited in a lot of people. I'll just say that. I'll say that yeah. I think the comments I'm getting most are you can't show empathy here, or how dare you, and it's one of the those are the two prevailing sort of themes. People upset that I am not sort of more joyous in this moment, which I like. Holistically, I understand where they're coming from. It sounds fucked to say that, but it's not. It, like, for someone who represents the sort of abject hate and fear that people are experiencing in America, for me to show any sort of like acknowledgement that political violence is fucking is easily denounceable by me is some sort of like tacit recognition that I am not willing to do what it takes. Is a take. It's also people hearing me acknowledge the abject fucking harm and vitriol and hatred that this guy woke up and did every day for no fucking reason other than I don't know, to push to further enrich himself and live by his fucked up code of ethics, and acknowledge the harm and hate that he put out. You're met with like of all days today. So I don't know. I'm just the only thing that I can do is be me, and my position is that is what I've said all day. That's how I feel. And you can take it or leave it. Thanks, Candace. Thank you. You're okay with people shooting others. What? These comments. So I'll just point out that like this is a like a really big moment of uncertainty for everybody, and I understand why like people rush to this sort of like trying to make sense of shit, and like the only way we see this all the time with one side versus more than the other usually, but not in this instance. Your brain does this thing where you try and make sense of something that is completely incomprehensible, and you like people rush to find meaning or reason, and often that takes the shape of like completely incomprehensible fucking conspiracy theories. And I'm no better, because I like everybody else try and connect some dots today and like figure out how we got here and why. And like but to watch people like reduce this down to stuff that like you're taking big swings about Mossad and Epstein and fucking, I don't know. I don't know how useful that is. I guess what I'm saying is I understand the impetus. I understand the want to do that. I don't know how useful it is, and I also I'm not going to engage with that. I don't think. You know?
And the ideology that you defending.
What is the ideology?
That just because someone said something that upsets someone else, that gives them the right to go unalive them.
Where did I fucking say that?
Because that's what you defend with your whole leftist ideology.
I'm not defending that. In fact, I fucking said a bunch of times today that I don't defend that.
No. I've argued with you before, and you've had.
I don't think so.
So much to say to me in the past.
No, probably not.
Dead.
The cat is having a moment. Well,
yeah, you won't remember me. I'm the South African.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're the only South African.
No, I'm the South African that you fucking swore the last time and kicked out.
Oh, you know what's crazy about that? It's exactly the same fucking thing that happened this time. History rhymes. What's going on with you? Here. Laser pointer? Go get it. Posh me, there's 4,500 people waiting for you to fucking do this. Come on, dude. We gotta fucking play or shit or get off the pot, dude. Okay. Look at this idiot. Where'd it go? It's on the ceiling. And now it's on the floor. Can you... Posh me, there's so many people. She does this, she'll just hunt for 3 minutes. She'll just wait till it stops moving, and I'm not steady enough to satisfy whatever the... Alright. The left's ideology. What ideology is that? Oh. No. Got it. His question was, what if it's you? And my answer was, do me a favor, as a joke. But in reality, it's the thing I said earlier today and the thing I keep repeating, which is political violence does not denote a society I would like to live in. Political violence, by the way, is the shit you guys try and fucking sneak in as your... Damn, I got a restriction for harassment and bullying. That's very interesting. Well, it's been real. It's been real, dudes. Why can't I click on this thing? That's fair enough. I was mean. Your live contains themes. Wait, for harassment and bullying, I think what they mean was I was making a joke about where we all go when the lights go out. That's too bad. Wow, you guys are really going nuts tonight. Huh. Restricted audience, you say? Yeah, we're going to restart. I might not come back, but that's just the chance we're going to take. See you in a minute. I will reiterate, there's no policy on the books that aims to cause harm to Republicans that Democrats fucking tried. There's no law that we enacted. There's no sweeping legislation that we tried. And you can't point to anything. And I know this because I ask fucking constantly. I ask constantly. And the right is like, what if we overturn women's right to privacy in an end run to end abortion? What if we changed what the Fourth Amendment means if you're brown? What if we rolled back gay marriage protections? What if, those are instances where you people stoke political fucking violence. You try constantly. There's not one thing that the left does that is comparable. Not one. And then you turn around after doing that and say, look at how violent the left is for saying, don't do that to us. And that's fucking stupid, man. You're stupid, and I hate you. So, yeah, you'll have your day, boss. Really? Really? Long dong hood? What am I saying that is triggering you so much, you think? What did I say just now that made you fucking mad enough to wish death upon me? Have you ever given this any fucking critical thought? A second of your life? Seriously. It's so fucking embarrassing. Thanks, Mike. I missed it, but thank you. I'm getting tired of that, though. I'm not gonna lie. It's only been a day. The left is disgusting. Maybe I'm taking this. Maybe I'm just taking the wrong tact here. Although I doubt it. Johnny Clark, Texas Hammer Jr.? No, you can't come up. Yeah. I mean, I guess I think what we're going to do is this. Sorry, for those of you about to, that sucks. I get it. I'm just going to protect my peace a little bit for a minute. We'll shake the tree and see what falls. We'll just shake this fucking tree and maybe they'll all get bored. If they can't wish violence, or at least I can't see it, maybe they'll just fucking dip, Thanks, Mike. Tough, dude. Oh, all right. Never mind then. They can still request though. You know, if they wanted to. They don't. Oh God. How are there more? Anyway. What? Yeah, so this has been a fucked day. I mean, like, I have a parasocial relationship with Charlie Kirk. I don't think he knows who I am. I doubt that that's completely true. But, like, that's weird. I guess we all do a little bit. And to see that is jarring as fuck. We all saw that today. And I don't know. I worry about our fucking brains. I worry about all the people who didn't want to see that, who saw it. I worry that seeing that is going to desensitize people. I worry that seeing that doesn't elicit the same response when you think about what happened 150 miles fucking east of him today in Evergreen. Went to children. I worry about the instant fucking canonization of this moment for people who don't give this a second thought. Yeah, I don't know. Summer, I'm really sorry to hear that. I can't imagine going back. Yeah, sorry. I think I'm running out of words here. Yeah. I don't understand. Like, this is just me. I just talked about how, like, we shouldn't give in to our conspiracy theory brains, but, like, I worry about how precise and effective the messaging was immediately following this. Like, instantly. It was an instant sort of in unison. Look at how violent the left is. And maybe that's just my For You page or whatever the fuck. But that seems fucking... No one's talking about Jeff. Yeah. They did this too. They did this. Someone who will remain nameless did this with with the lawmakers in Minnesota. They were instantly like, look at this leftist who did this, and they were wrong. But they got on top of it and just said, this is what happened. And then people took it. And then that is the story that they heard and were never corrected in some instances, despite this guy being a far-right fucking lunatic with a hit list. There's still people thinking that it was some guy that Tim Walz liked. By the way, they will remain nameless. I hope that you can read through the fucking lines there. But like, the same thing that they accuse you of doing, they do. Worse. More like, and more precisely. And I don't get it. The same thing in Pennsylvania. We've never learned anything other than like the tidbits we've got about that kid in Butler. Other than he was a fan of Nick Fuentes and a registered Republican. But no, it's the left. They did this with the fucking church 2 minutes ago. They did this with the children of the church. That guy was a fucking deranged anti-Semite, and they were like, it's Hamas. Like, he's trans. And then these people come in and be like, I hope it's you next. Thanks. What a horrific thing we saw today.
Yo,
Pete,
what's going on? So I come from the other side, but I respect you and appreciate the community that you've built.
Thanks.
I just want to say, as somebody that I did support Trump, I've been pushing on a lot of the people that I interact with are more conservative, and I've just been pushing on them to say this was likely not a liberal that did what happened today. And I just want to say, like, for people that are reactionary and, ugly about it, I don't think this was a deranged liberal. Like, I think this was more sophisticated than somebody,
Here's the thing about this. While I respect that and appreciate it,
okay.
And I can't in this moment. I can't separate my feelings about this between hoping that it wasn't a liberal and trying to confirm my bias in that avenue, and also like the reasonable sort of like whiffs of other stuff, and like we just don't have enough information to be making anything.
We have nothing.
Much less this sort of call for civil war, and it's
brutal.
The thing I want to talk about here, which is frustrating, is living now, Pete, in this moment where I'm just going to be honest,
okay,
because that's all I can do.
I know. I've watched.
We're living in this moment where we are post-truth, and
100%.
In my estimation, we're looking at a Department of Justice and an FBI who has an imperative, almost albeit stated imperative, to find evidence that would support
against a liberal, right?
which
Yeah,
which
why?
these institutions
Why? We should
these
be speaking
institution a year ago, 2 years ago, we wouldn't be questioning fundamentally the findings of these things. Even if they came out and was like, this is a lunatic leftist who had like Charlie Kirk memorabilia, whatever, we would be like, that makes sense.
Yep.
Right?
No, yeah, I agree.
But now,
yep. Go ahead.
But now, and who do we blame for this? This is a moment where like we're gonna be given information from this investigation, whether they catch this guy or not. They're going to, because you can't do this kind of thing and get away. They're going to give us somebody, and we're all going to go. Both sides are going to look at this and go, "Is that true?" We can't fucking trust the people giving us this information, and it's turned us all into flat earthers. And in a thing that is so serious, that requires such definitive fucking proof, we'll never get.
Yep. No,
and
I agree
that is not the fault of the fucking left. That sucks.
No. I think that's more of a reflection of the entire system. Like you look at any metric that the government gives you. Do you trust the jobs data? Do you trust the inflation data? I guess from the liberal point of view, do you trust that right now?
Yeah.
You do. You trust what's being put out right now?
What reason would I have not to trust it? It is coming from the source. In the sense, so like
I guess
trust
the
it in
accuracy of it in general. I think we could scrutinize the way that they develop that data, and the fact that it's always the mechanisms in which they derive it. It's always revised.
Here's why I trust it.
You
Here's
okay?
Weirdly, here's the evidence why I trust it.
Yes.
It was given to the president.
Yep.
It was unsatisfactory to the president because it went against this sort of like this steamroll, right? And what does he do? He fires the lady who fucking just gave him the numbers, and then it was worse, even worse. And so if the evidence were that this was coming back record job growth, that is sort of antithetical to the general fucking feeling of
100%.
the job market here,
Yep.
we could say something doesn't line up here. But if you look at anybody's, I mean, this is anecdotal, but you look at anybody's experience, they're like, I applied to 1,500 jobs, and I've been unemployed for a year, and we can look at that these 2 points of information and go, that's right. And because he hates this, I can sit here and with all of that information, I can make a determination that says probably true.
Yeah. The argument that I'm making is it's probably worse than they're saying.
Okay.
That's the position that I'm coming from. So there's a general distrust that I have. You know, we've got a man that is saying the economy's great. Let's cut interest rates. Does that make sense? It does not.
No.
Those do not go together. But yeah, I mean, they're going to publish a narrative that meets their political need. And if you look at the events over the last week with the unfortunate events in Charlotte and today, that is going to meet a political need. It's very tactical, and it's very, I don't think it really serves a good end, but it's very savvy. Like you can appreciate the
thing in Charlotte.
It's horrible. Like the things that have happened recently are horrible. And I'm
talking about this. Go on.
I'm not one of those like MAGA people that hates liberals. Like, you guys come from a really good place, and I think that you guys have not been served by the Democratic Party in a way that really emboldens your kind of vision.
That's true.
Like, I mean, Donnie's I think I would support him because he's genuine and he's New York first. Like he cares about New York. I don't agree with everything he's saying, but he's genuine.
I I don't know that this is constructive.
What? Oh, come on. We're having a good conversation, man. What are you talking?
No. I'm saying the line of questioning that I have for you is not generally
Okay, fair enough. I mean,
I generally sometimes I ask some hard questions now.
Okay.
And I just don't know if I'm, but like how do I phrase this? The thing that happened in Charlotte, I sort of drew a parallel between Laken Riley and the sort of like the villainization of immigrants because of this thing that happened, a horrific thing that happened to this woman, and then
not good. Yep.
and then immediately in the midst of this incredibly crass, cruel escalation of deportations and like creating a military that is larger than like the of masked, right?
Yes,
it's just this enormous, in the midst of this, to try and canonize an immigrant and try and then turn around and say, look at how unruly our cities are, and try and basically look at the same situation, but mix the message that they want to send. It is no clearer to me than these two things, that the people have no interest other than to try and sow fear and division of the other, and they do this at every fucking turn that they can, and they don't care, and so like the frustrating thing here is like we've known that they do this, we say that they're going to do this, we outline why they do this and how, and then level-headed dudes like Pete still vote for them, and that drives me fucking crazy, dude.
Crazy. Well, I think so. Let's take a step back. I think that the discon. So I'll be 100% with you. I voted for Obama, I voted for Clinton, and I voted for Biden. And a lot of liberals will tell me that I'm full of shit on this app. Excuse my French, but it did happen. I swear it did.
For Trump's the first time this time.
Yes, correct. And I think what the rationale, and I have a lot of liberal friends. I love them. The rationale is that the Democratic Party is so disingenuous in that they say that they're going to do all of these things, but they don't deliver because they're beholden to their donors. And I know, I run a business, I'm, involved in, that sort of community. I know that Republicans are going to shaft me, but they're transparent about it. And I think that I can take advantage of that. And it's sad. Admittedly, it's a sad state, but we need the liberals to take over the to promote progressive policy, like universal health care. Awesome. Put it in. I have no logical problem with that, but I question the ability to deliver.
Okay, well, I have very sort of obvious questions I need to ask about that, but in your estimation, we're further away from universal health care by electing Kamala Harris than we are from Donald Trump?
Yeah, but so no, absolutely not. But I mean, if you looked at this current election as a 30-year-old white male, am I going to get universal health care in the next 4 years? Or would it be more pragmatic for me to run a business and advance myself? Unfortunately, given the corruption in Washington, I've really given up on the system. And the corruption is very apparent with Trump. It was very apparent with Biden. Trump's launching a Bitcoin, the crypto, the deals with Qatar, we can acknowledge that. It's horrible.
He also did something on his way out of office, Pete.
I remember that.
Not well enough.
Yeah. No,
not well enough, because that should.
Well, if you know what, if you were in office, if you had a mandate there'd be a different conversation. But we have to work within the constraints. Like if you were a dictator, I would believe in that more. I've watched your content, and I think you're a good person. But we have to work within the system, and I think you have to root out all of that corruption. I would be really, really happy if we passed something to reform Citizens United. I'd be really happy.
But okay, you're saying things that I agree with, but then with this other hand, you are voting against all of the things that you're saying.
There's a nihilist. I've given up. There is, and I hate it.
But so again, fine. I understand that, but then why pull up the ladder or set the ladder on fire behind you?
That's the thing is that I'll take it. Well, and you're right, but
I know
I can take advantage. Okay, but I can take advantage of that. There are some really, really business oriented policies that I know that I'll be able to. Like, it's a guaranteed option for me, and I would like.
What do you do?
What do you do? I sell a bunch of stuff on Amazon.
How's that going?
It's going good. Honestly, so there's a few people, like I still play on Twitter. I think the inflation right now is a little overblown. In like the spaces that I play in, but overall it's going well.
Is there any sort of like acknowledgement that as long as I'm doing fine, it doesn't matter whom I curse to a sort of like much more difficult life? Is there any sort of like acknowledgement that is a deeply selfish move?
Yeah, no, 100%. But I think
here's more questions. More questions.
Okay, all right.
I have more questions.
Can I respond to that really quick before you go
in
to
a second?
Okay,
in a second.
All right.
If people go from having a vanishingly small amount of disposable income to spend on trinkets on Amazon,
sure,
to $0 to be able, and also those trinkets cost roughly 30% more because of the tariffs that haven't been implemented yet.
Call it 15. Yeah.
Let's call it 15.
All
right. Do you think that your business is going to continue to thrive
over time? No.
Okay. But right now you're fine.
Right now I'm fine. But I think that we need to.
Do you know about a meteor coming that I don't, that we should all?
I mean,
what is this sort of like proudly short-sightedness that
unfortunately, unfortunately, like if you look at the people that are successful in the economy today, they do short spurts of high income. I think that's the general, like the people that are successful, and it's getting more limited on a daily basis, the portion of people that are successful. And I've opted into that because I can control that. I can't control how corrupt our campaign finance is. I can't control how corrupt Washington is, but I can control how I maneuver the situation. And what I like I talked to a colleague.
You've co-signed orders of magnitude more corruption again. I don't want to talk about business. I want to talk about this
But I think that so when I look at you, you are pure and you are a good-hearted person. But when I look at the people that are representing you, there's a disconnect.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing.
And not
You're
deliberate
right.
because-
You're right. You're right. The Democratic Party sucks. They are complicit in fucking
Horrible
atrocities.
thing. Horrible
They are not offering us a way like the
Gaza.
tacit
I would
like
have loved for them to
the tacit
be
fucking
upset
yeah.
about
Hang
that.
on, but you're wrong on that too, though, Pete.
What?
So like the tacit like you get a $6,000 child credit, and we're gonna first buyer home buyer. People weren't fucking excited about that. We want big swings. Bernie Sanders had a groundswell because he understood that like it's
100%.
first and then the Democrats learned the wrong lesson and move further right instead of way further left.
Agreed.
I understand that, but and it shouldn't just be. Understand that this guy is going to bring about the end of fucking democracy in our it shouldn't have to be just that. They should also have to earn our vote, but they didn't because they were resting assured on the fact that people like you, Pete, could understand the fucking abject peril of a guy who tried to steal the election and is going to fill his cabinet with fucking yes men and have history repeat itself from the fucking 30s. They were banking on the fact that you, Pete, had your eyes open like wide enough to see that this is enough. This is enough of a reason. Despite them not doing this, it's still enough to fucking make Pete come to his senses and vote with his fucking brain. And they were wrong. I was wrong. You should have done that for us. You should have done that for your friends, for your liberal friends who you say that you love.
I do. I do have love for my liberal friends, but I'm from a.
Have you checked with them recently?
You'd be shocked. So, are you in Cali? I meant that. Are you in the West Coast? I just assumed that. But okay. So I'm in the Midwest, and you would be shocked at what the reactions of liberals over the last probably like people that I deem to be quite blue over the last 8. They are shifting hard right. From my observation, I live in a very liberal community, 70-30 liberal. And there's a rejection in my community, in a 70-30 liberal to conservative community in the Midwest. I think you would be surprised to see kind of what's going on. And
based on what?
Just the conversations over the last 3-4 years.
Why are they changing there? Is it because he's doing such a good job?
No, absolutely not. No. I think that within the community that I live, we've seen an uptick in crime. We've seen just reckless spending. So I've seen behavior that I would not have expected from people that are like, they'll probably still vote left, but it's almost bizarre. Like I would not have expected it. And I want to give you context. Like I come from a very blue family, and I respect those views, but I to the point where predicting elections is difficult, but I would not be shocked if, despite the gerrymandering, the Democrats managed to fumble this in the midterms. It's just bizarre.
In addition to the gerrymandering.
Right. So we would expect the Democrats to win in the midterms, right? Because things are kind of rough.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't be shocked if they fumble it, because there's no messaging. What are they messaging on? They've been hitting the same talking point for a long period of time. And they really need to say, hey, you know what? We're going to do universal health care. We're going to do, paid family leave or whatever.
This was a point that you made earlier, which is
no, but
like
you need to go big and bold. Like
yeah, I understand that, but
do it for you.
You can't understand that the midterms don't lead to sweeping policy.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah, 100%.
They
there's
can't.
No policy that's good. It's a check. Yeah.
So they can't be running on policy right now. They are running purely on slowing this fucking the deterioration of our democracy. It's the same thing we're running on. And again, this plays into a larger conversation of the hateful left and its
I don't
mean
think the left
posturing.
is that hateful. I mean, like there's portions, sure, but like I don't. I think. That's
But what I'm saying is that there's nothing to run on other than obstructing a sort of like authoritarian takeover of our government. This one's actually like there's nothing to run on aside from stopping this and potentially holding this guy accountable and fucking introducing letters of impeachment for all the fucking crimes that he's doing every day. Other than that, that would be a great thing to run on, to be honest. But no, like there are in 4 years, 3 years, sure. I think if we learn any lesson, it's not move to the center. It's to go way past Bernie and demand social justice reform and fucking undo all this shit and have a like reestablish all of the checks and balances in our thing. But I still don't understand why this is not enough for people. I still don't understand why looking at this, him doing an objectively bad job, him demonizing people whom you say that you care about. How is that not enough for you to go, I'm not going to support this party anymore?
They don't deliver. They do.
Neither do Republicans.
No, exactly. And so, exactly, you're proving my point. Neither of them deliver. So, as a business owner, why would I not take advantage?
How about as a human being? How about instead of looking this as how this is going to benefit you, Pete, how it's going to benefit mothers in America, how it's going to benefit diabetics, how it's going to benefit dreamers who were born here, who are now worried about how the 14th Amendment smells. How about you look at it from any of those positions instead of your fucking Amazon drop shipping business?
Sure. You know what?
That's enough.
Everybody says drop shipping. No, I mean, I've done, what is it? 12. I voted blue 12 years in a row. Mm-hmm. And I think Obamacare was a positive. It protected people with, pre-existing conditions. There were pros and cons of that, but, I look at where
he also legalized gay marriage.
That's a huge positive. Like I remember when Macklemore came out with the song. I was in college. I was very happy with that. I can't remember the title of the song, but it was a very positive.
The one where he's like, I'm not gay, but my best friend, but I'm not gay.
No, is that what the lyrics are? I thought it was much more positive than that, and saying like, hey,
it was, but it was also like
that are demonizing people when just let the people live. Are we looking up the lyrics now?
No,
I thought it was more positive.
I want to show you a fun other thing that Macklemore did.
Oh God. Is it really? Is it really? Is it bad? What is this? Well, okay. Okay. Yep. All right. Well, okay. But do we not appreciate the music, or is the music bad? Is the message bad in the music? I think he was celebrating.
Kanye's fine.
I didn't say anything about Kanye.
I'm just saying, separate the artists.
I was not aware of that attribute.
I know.
So,
that wasn't supposed to be gotcha. I'm just letting you know that fucking guy went on there and was like, and then did it. This was before October 7th, by the way, and then did a whole fucking thing about how cheap he was, and then came on and was like, oh, I just don't have access to this community so much. So yeah, I don't have a huge affinity for Macklemore.
Okay, all right.
And also that song, like SNL made a huge fucking joke about this because he came on and was like, it's supposed to be a song about love and like celebrating the gay community, but he kept repeating how not gay he was and how like terrified anyone.
Right, fair enough.
I just thought that was a funny piece of
2013 was a different time. 2013 was a different time. Sure. I was happy that passed. If a gay person cannot visit their family member while they're, or their husband, their wife, while they're in the hospital dying. That's horrible. Like, I 100% agree with that.
Taxes.
But we're all doing it. Sure.
I mean, you're the business guy. You're the business guy. If they can joint file, they save money.
Yeah,
right?
That's true. You know what? Give them the tax benefits 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
like equal rights. Give them the equal right. You give them equal rights, right?
Yes,
and so, it would be
minimum.
bad. For instance, if the guy that you voted for platformed people who wanted to introduce laws rolling back gay rights, right? That would be bad.
That would be bad. Yes.
If you somehow sort of like enabled that to happen, you would feel like a big dumb idiot, right, Pete?
I would not be happy about that. I mean, I've seen what's coming through the Supreme Court. When I made my value judgment, I did not expect the Republican Party to push that forward. And if we look at it, is it Kim Davis that?
Be honest. Hold on. You can't. I don't like
Did
that.
the Republican Party look to end that?
You can't look around and go, "This is so surprising to me." A party that runs almost entirely on othering anyone but white Christian conservatives.
Did the Republican Party do it? No, Kim Davis did it from Kentucky. We got one loon in Kentucky shoving a case into the Supreme Court. So far.
There's one in Ohio and there's one in Idaho also.
But if you look at that, that's going to be in a huge if they make that mistake, that's a huge.
They said that about abortion.
I didn't say abortion.
The same argument you are making right now, they'll lose. Of course they'll lose because women will turn out because they would never allow this to. Of course, this is going to be a losing. They fucking rode that all the way to the bank, and it didn't work.
Oh, you're talking about the 2024 election with Kamala?
Yeah, you need. Still need people, Pete.
Yeah,
you still need people to show up and go, "This is fucking psychotic. I'm going to vote for this reason as a man."
I have seen liberal women shift in the Midwest, like pro-abortion, pro-gay marriage. They're done with it because the Democrats are not serving the overall pie. You need to tap into the Bernie Sanders wing that is focused on the economic circumstances of everybody, and you'll win. I'm
here to pass that along.
Well, I mean, you've got 1 million followers. You're doing well for yourself. That's the reality of it. You'll win, but you got Schumer and you've got Pelosi that are saying no go, can't do that. I have to do my insider trading. Come on.
What?
You're kidding me.
I'm just flabbergasted at the idea that about the guy that you voted for having any fucking interest in curtailing insider trading.
I didn't say he was. But the Democrats like to pose as if they're less corrupt. But they've wordsmithed things. They're just as corrupt. Respectfully. You've got Pelosi that's blowing up her net worth. She's doing very well for herself.
It's been real, Pete. It's been real. You lose me in a big way at they're just as corrupt. We've had a perfectly superlative conversation so far, Peter, but that, in the midst of everything, I don't know. I don't understand how you can look at this and go, they're the same. This guy launched a fucking cryptocurrency 2 days before, and now he's receiving untraceable payments for pardons, for presidential pardons. You goober. He received a plane for which we are going to pay $1 billion to retrofit that he's going to keep. He continues to pay himself with our tax money every time he goes golfing. He pays himself with your money. When you look at this and go, Nancy Pelosi is insider trading. Yeah, that's fucking bad, objectively. We should stop that. We should stop her doing that. Yep, that is not the fucking same. It is not even approaching the same thing. You have to be so fucking for real right there. That's just corruption. They don't, and that is not just, that has nothing to do with the abject horror they are unleashing on like our humanitarian wishes. You know, that's completely separate from the other fucking nightmare that they're doing. That's just the financial shit that he's like, God damn, dude. They're the same. They're the same. The left and the right, they're the same. Thank you for all of you who subscribed. I'm sorry that we're doing this. For those of you who have been put off by me doing a subscriber only, which I'm sure there's a fair few, I was just tired of seeing people fucking threaten my life tonight. It's been a day, and that's why we're doing that. If you were curious, I'm not simply just grifting. I am obviously just grifting, but that there is a sort of sprinkle of self-preservation in here. So that's what we're doing. Sorry. You don't have to subscribe. Those of you who did, I do appreciate you. And no, you can't have your $6 back. Sorry, it's mine now. It's mine. I'm gonna spend it on liberal snowflakes. It's a new cereal I'm launching. $6. $6 of that $6, I get 3. So that's not true. Of that $6, I get 2. Just transparency. I know that some of you guys have a hard time with that. It's $2. I get the $2. They're like, it's my platform. I get $4, and I say, thank you, TikTok. We'll talk about a different platform in a minute. Ew, I winked. I hated it. It felt unnatural, and I hated it immediately. It made me want to fucking throw up. Ew. Where did that even come from? Am I having a stroke? What the fuck was that? I think I'm having a bad day. My friend Tom winks. My friend Tom just winks. And he does it so effortlessly, and it's never not creepy. He just does it. He just winks, and I'm like, ugh. And then I just did it like a psychopath. Yeah. Wow, I'm really getting after it. Stress. Holy. That's going to end up in a Discord. I hate that. Those of you just subscribing, you have access to our Discord now. Thanks, Mary. You can just, yeah, that's going to be a GIF. Hate it. I guess better than my feet. You can subscribe. If you subscribe, you get access to our Discord, and you can we can go be sad in there together until they shut that down too. You need Peggy? I'm not going to break that news to you. I don't know. Thanks for subscribing. I cannot believe I'm getting sick. I feel like I was just sick. What a time. I think I'm losing my mind. This is giving me fucking brain damage. This has been the longest day. Like, what are we doing today? What have we done? I did not leave the house. I came down here. I wrote 2 emails. I got a Signal chat that this thing had happened, I saw it. I made a TikTok. I went live, and then I sat in this chair all day. My girlfriend made me a fucking turkey sandwich, and I did not get up out of this chair for fucking 10 hours. And here we are. Damn, dude. I don't know how to summarize this again. I find myself without the vocabulary to talk about the volume of what we saw today. And I know that you count on me to do that. And I don't know that I can do my job right now. And that sucks. This is intensely fucking complicated. I'll try. This is intensely fucking complicated. I have all day oscillated between how I feel about this. And that has been influenced by my own personal morality and other people's morality, and people whose morality I could not care any less about. And it has been throwing me through sort of all sorts of avenues of how to like digest this. And I'm not sure that I've landed on the one that I agree with yet still. But I say that to say that I'm sure at least a couple of you have done the same all day. And I don't know if that offers you any peace, but I hope that it does. That at least we're doing this. At least we're doing this together. Yeah, I get it. So, yeah, there are people that are sad tonight for the wrong reasons. There are people that are sad tonight for the right reasons. There are people that are happy, and there are people that feel nothing, and there aren't a lot of people that this doesn't touch in a pretty significant way. At least if you are paying attention to people talking about this on the internet. And the magnitude of this is undeniable. And I don't know what it means other than it feels like a pretty intense watershed kind of moment for us as a country, and it's scary. And the people that you would hope to lend some sort of like stability and guidance are all pulling their hair out and throwing that hair on the fire. And so it feels very chaotic and uncertain. And I think in that moment, we just have to look to each other for the stability that you would find elsewhere. And that's what I'll say. If you're here for that from me, I hope this was it. If understandably I've fallen short, I get it, and I'll refund you your $6. But I'm just trying to make my way through it too. Sorry, I didn't read many comments tonight. But yeah, I'm terrified to look at this fucking video that I posted. I don't know, this might not resonate with any of you who don't make stupid idiot videos on the internet. There's sometimes where I post videos that I really, really want people to see, that I want it to go. I feel like I did a good job, and I wanted this one is it. This one is, I did so good, and then like 60 people see it. And there's ones where you make that you weren't as articulate as you wanted to be, and maybe you didn't fucking proofread it 9 times and send it out. And especially this right now, like, this one's weird because I was like, this is what I wanted to say. But I also, there's just so much fucking noise about this that I kind of don't want any of them to do good. Which is a very odd feeling for me. Now suddenly my videos are being seen and I don't want them to be. Because I just don't want to fucking. And that's just a me thing. It's going to be a weird couple of fucking days. But yeah. Anyway, sorry, I chunked the fucking the meaningful moment with a stupid influencer gripe. That's dumb. Really chunked it. Fucking dumb. Anyway, it's time to go to bed, I think. Maybe we've gotten. I'm apologizing because that's my default. I'm apologizing for the stuff that I have control over. Welcome back, non-nerds. Welcome back, broke nerds. Totally valid. Totally valid. Netflix asked me if I wanted to add Ultra HD to my subscription for $4 a month. And I was like, are you out of your fucking mind? On top of my $20, you want me to pay for better def? Are you out of your fucking mind? And I said, no. I'm just trying to. I will reinforce certain stereotypes. Okay. I don't need all that definition. My eyes are not good. I'm all the way over here. What the fuck do I need an HD for? $4 a month? Are you crazy? So I get it. I guess what I'm saying is, I understand. $6 a month is a lot. Over time, that's a bunch of coffee. I get it. Priorities. And for those of you who did shell out that idiot $6, I'll try and make it worth it. But for now, I'm going to go to sleep. Take care of each other. Check in on your friends. Good night.